Hello, Georgia here again from Hannah and Georgia's printmaking videos. Today I'm going to talk to you about hand burnishing, so printing from your lino blocks by hand without use of a press, which I'm thinking a lot of people are probably going to be needing to do at the moment because a lot of people rely on using presses at shared open access studios and things like that. So I'm gonna show you what I'd do if I was in your position. Obviously I'm lucky enough to have a press in our studio, but it is very possible to get good quality prints by hand burnishing. It's just harder work. So I'll take you through the whole thing. I am gonna start by inking up my lino block here. I'm going to do a separate video at some point to go through how to ink properly, but as I'm going to be doing this anyway, I might as well vaguely talk you through it. A big mistake that a lot of printmakers seem to make is leaving all these blobby bits on your inking slab when inking up. You don't want that because all those blobs will creep into these crevices of your print. What you want is to spread it out into a nice even film, pretty much like that. There are some little blobs that sometimes appear, which is to do with the ink getting skin on it, and I've just got them off with my finger, and then I'll go at it again. So you want it nice and flat. Just going to wipe my hand. Made that mistake many a time of getting inky fingers on nice paper. So, yep, I'm now going to ink up my block. I'm putting a reasonable amount of pressure on. This is different actually to how Hannah prints. Hannah's much more dabby like this when she prints. There's not really a right or wrong, I don't think. Maybe Hannah would think otherwise, I'm not sure. But this way works for me. I'm just sort of dragging it across over and over again. Now, because we're doing it by hand, the print, I'm gonna just put on that bit more ink than I would if it was going through a press. When it goes through a press, the pressure just picks up that layer of ink so nicely. But when you're doing it by hand, it's like the more ink that's there, the more the pressure that you're putting on, it just helps you out. So I think that will do, hopefully. I'll also tell you about the ink I'm using. This is Caligo Safe Wash Relief ink. It is oil based but water washable, which is brilliant. Best of both worlds. Clean up easy with water but get the brilliant benefits of oil based, the nice sort of sheen and the slow drying, which to me are big pros. Now this is my registration board. So I mark out a line, ink. I mark out a line to where the block will go. And then I mark out a line where I want the paper to go, just so that you've got a nice even border. And then of course I have cut the paper up in advance to the right size. So this is a print I've just made using the press, just to give you an idea of what we're aiming for. It's going to be hard work to get it to look as good as that, but we'll try. So that's how I want my prints to look. So I'm now going to lay this piece of paper. I take one hand, actually I'll show you this way around, then you can film it better. Just take one hand like that and you just bring it up to the markings that you've made, and then you just drop it down. Oh, and this is fine Japanese paper. It's called Kitakata Green. Lovely, slightly green Japanese paper, which is about 30 to 50 grams, which seems sounds very, very light, but it's so strong, Japanese paper, the way it's made, and it's just great for lino prints, in my opinion. So that is all ready to go. I've got a wooden spoon here. This is Hannah's wooden spoon, which has been through a lot. I've done many prints, this wooden spoon. It's really nice and smooth now from all the burnishing it's done. Now, there are different ways of hand burnishing. You don't have to use a spoon. You could use a barren, which I haven't got with me to show you because we don't really use them here, as in me and Hannah's studio. We've always used a spoon, but it's like a circular shape with a handle, and you use it in the same way, but it's got a wider surface area, so you can comfortably hold a handle and sort of burnish like that. But whilst it's got a larger surface area, it's not got as good pressure. So we both tend to opt for less surface area but better pressure. So okay, now I'm going to start burnishing. I'm just going to place one hand just here to hold it still, and I'm literally pressing down nice and hard. What's great about the Japanese paper is you can see it coming to life. As you go. So you can see what's coming out and what isn't. Much easier with thin, nice paper like this. Got a ruler here as well, something else I learnt from Hannah. Really good for placing on one side so that you can peel away and see how it's looking. That is looking pretty good. See, this is exactly why Japanese paper is as good as it is. Because this is just amazing. I'm actually quite amazed right now, genuinely. If you just want to go back to the press one here, Han, to compare, it's just great. I mean, I can't even believe that I haven't even put pressure on these bits yet, and it's already looking almost as good as it does when you print with crap paper and hand burnish. So actually this is much less difficult than what I thought it was going to be. I haven't done this for quite a long time. So rather than me burnish this whole thing, okay, so we've just cut to the end of me burnishing this, because I didn't want to bore you all. But in summary, probably took 5 or 10 minutes to do this, and my wrist is a little achy, but it's looking great. So you check either side by putting the ruler like this. I can see it's looking absolutely great. So I'm going to peel it away, and I'll show you it compared to the one that came through on the press. If anything, it's pressed harder because you can see the negative space that you can't see on that. Which, to be fair, I didn't actually want. I prefer it like this, but I think that illustrates well how hard the hand and the spoon can work in this situation if you did want those marks to show. So yes, I'm impressed with that, and I hope any of you guys that are watching are as well. Although it's harder work, you can get just as good results. So yeah, in conclusion, I'd say the most important thing here is the paper. Japanese paper that is fine. So again, this is Kitakata Green. Kitakata do a few different papers. It's just trying to sort of show you that it's sort of thin but strong as well, with all these lovely flecks in them. It's all handmade paper, and I'll just show you over here. This is a full-size sheet. So it's this, I think it's, so that is 50, I can't remember the size, 50 by 40-ish. So I can get 4 out of that sheet there, to make this print. I think it's £2 or £3 a sheet, maybe 4. Look on www.lawrence.co.uk, type in Kitakatta, Kitakatta, and it will come up with a range of brilliant papers. Every time I've hand burnished before and not used Japanese paper, the results have been nothing like this. So I really do think that the paper is a key thing here. And then I would also say that the spoon is much better than using a Baron. So give it a try, see what you think. Yeah, that was much less hard work than I thought, and I'm really pleased with the results. So for any of you that are missing being able to have access to a press during this crazy lockdown time, then yeah, give this a go. Thanks very much for watching.